Hey, what's happening? It's Bill Smith. There is a rumor online that connects Kamala Harris with Jussie Smollett. I have not covered Jussie Smollett in depth in the past. Most people know who this is. This is the MAGA hoaxer, the guy that had his two Nigerian. I think they may have been his boyfriends. I'm not sure if he was romantically involved with them or not, but had two Nigerian guys that he was connected with. Rough him up a little bit, put a rope around his neck, and then walk around like he was attacked by some redneck guys. So the interesting part is this Kamala Harris woman, she's going to run for president. She's our senator, I think. She's a very important elected politician out of California, I think. So, like I said, this is the MAGA country hoax. If you remember, Jussie Smollett said that the people that attacked him said, "This is MAGA country." That's in Chicago, by the way. It doesn't make any sense. So I'm going to cover this article, and we're going to talk about it. Before I get any further, don't get past the clickbait. All right, there's the pictures. So these are pictures of Jussie Smollett, him, and Kamala Harris, her, at the same events. So there are pictures linking them together. They're in the same spot at the same time and place, doing the same stuff together, and there it is, So there it is. Now I'll read the rest of it because I think that there's a lot of information here that's really important. But I am pretty sure that this looks pretty bad for Kamala Harris at this point. So this is on February 15th, 2019. This is on the cloverchronicle.com. So it says on Friday, Chicago police released a statement saying, quote, "Two brothers are being questioned about a reported attack on Empire star Jussie Smollett. Detectives consider these brothers as potential suspects and have, quote, probable cause that they may have committed a crime." Now, fast forward a month. We're a month now from this. Today is the 18th of March, 2019. And these two Nigerian brothers have been arrested. Then they've been let go. They turned over a bunch of evidence. And now Jussie Smollett is facing years in prison for a hate crime hoax. So I'll just read some more from the article. It says, Smollett originally claimed late last month that he was attacked by two white men who shouted racial and homophobic slurs at him while they wrapped a rope around his neck and yelled, "This is MAGA country." Sources close to the case have told multiple news outlets that detectives are investigating the possibility that Smollett, quote, staged the event with the help of the aforementioned brothers who happen to originate from Nigeria and work with the actor on that Empire show. So speaking of sources. So this article goes on to say that there's been some anonymous posts online that have kind of made some chilling accusations about Kamala Harris. One person who apparently has knowledge of the situation claims 2020 presidential hopeful Kamala Harris may be involved. And this is the quote. It says, this puppy, Jussie Smollett, is tied to Kamala. There is a chance this will come out. CPD is pissed about the situation. That's Chicago Police Department. They had the phone records before the spreadsheet was even given to them. They also had the two Nigerians from following them on video from walking to taxis, etc. They had payment records. The interview on Good Morning America will be damning. Detectives have been 2 steps ahead the whole time. Would suggest for people to contact the representatives to have Kamala investigated. She is involved. Wish I could tell you how I know. Just contact your reps and push for them to look into this. It may help you. So if you have a representative in Congress that you can call, get on the phone and ask them to look into this. Interesting. The article goes on. But why would Kamala Harris, help Jussie Smollett stage an incident like this? Oh, that's right, to make Trump supporters as well as POTUS himself look even more racist than the media already portrays them to be. This would undoubtedly help not only her 2020 campaign, but her fellow Democratic contenders as well. So on January 29th, 2019, Harris took to Twitter to condemn the attack, saying it was, quote, an attempted modern-day lynching. Kamala Harris, at Kamala Harris on Twitter, says, at Jussie Smollett is one of the kindest, most gentle human beings I know. I'm praying for his quick recovery. This was an attempted modern-day lynching. No one should have to fear for their life because of their sexuality or color of their skin. We must confront this hate. Worth noting is that Jussie Smollett is not just black, he's Jewish. The article goes on to show some evidence of the two of them, how they're connected. And I did not know this, and that's why I made a video, was because I think this is very interesting. So this is the video of them at the same rally. Like, clearly they're connected. They're connected politically. Jussie Smollett in this video is showing his political activism with the highly ranked elected official, which I think puts a lot of this in context. You know, if this was a political hit on Donald Trump, and Republicans or conservative people or European Americans in general, this is dirty. This stinks. This is bad. This is bad for everybody. It's bad for black people. It's bad for Hispanic people. It's bad for Jewish people. It's bad for Europeans, European Americans. It's bad for everybody. When this stuff happens, it also erodes public confidence in elected leadership. Puts a lot of pressure on police forces. Puts pressure on the black community. I mean, this is not good. This is not good for anybody. So the article goes on and says, it appears Jussie Smollett has had an issue with President Trump for quite some time. Here is a link. It says, I think someone should kick Donald Trump's ass, that's all. And this is back in 2011. This is a long, long time ago. So it's been going on for a while. In 2011, I don't think anybody had anything against Donald Trump. He was all over rap music, people talking about Trump Tower and gold this and wanting to be Donald Trump, So I don't understand where the hate came so quickly for Donald Trump. The article's got another update. It says, New Jersey Senator and 2020 presidential candidate Cory Booker also condemned the stage attack immediately after it happened. Notice how he used almost the same wording as Harris. Quote, was an attempted modern-day lynching. So here's the link from Harris. It was on the same day of the Kamala Harris one. So here's the Kamala Harris one. And then here's this one. It says, this vicious attack on actor Jussie Smollett was an attempted modern-day lynching. Attempted modern-day lynching. There's the words for the political people. Attempted modern-day lynching. Here's the words for the political people. So it just seems like this was a little bit coordinated, and I'm glad they got caught. And I really hope that this kind of spirals a little bit further out. I imagine Kamala didn't directly fund Jussie. That would make any sense, especially if that kind of linked her or implicated her to this. But it would be interesting if there was some kind of like call record system, or there was some kind of link between her campaign and Jussie Smollett after or before the events. That'd be interesting if that comes out. So call your representative in Congress if this is something that you'd like to see them take action on. So was Cory Booker involved too? There was another article from the San Francisco Chronicle titled, Kamala Harris, Anti-Lynching Bill Gets Second Chance at Becoming Law. What? Published on February 14th, 2019. So this is 2 weeks after. Kamala Harris's anti-lynching bill gets second chance at becoming law. Amazing, right? Senator Kamala Harris's effort to make lynching a federal crime received new life Thursday when the Senate unanimously passed her bill to outlaw it. Isn't it already against the law to kill people? It's against the law, right? It also here we go. It also criminalizes attacks based on gender, sexual orientation, gender identity, or disability if they involve crossing state lines or facilitated by the internet, phone, or mail. Attacks facilitated by the internet. That's the part that I linked onto, was facilitated by the internet. But I want you to look at this one right here. Mail. Attacks based on gender, sexual orientation, or gender identity facilitated by mail. I'm going to skip ahead in this article a little bit because the reason why this is important is because Kamala Harris had to set up her presidential 2020 bid, right? So update number 5 on this article has the timeline of it. So it talked about back in 2018, June, the end of June, it says black U.S. senators introduced a bill to make lynching a federal hate crime. Senators included Cory Booker and Kamala Harris, introducing the Justice for Victims of Lynching Act. Then it goes on to say that they got it taken up by the House, but the bill died, and then she announced her bid. But here's the part that I want you to pay attention to. So on January 22nd, 2019, letter containing white powder was sent to Empire Set days before Jussie Smollett attack. There it is. So that's the mail part. And that's why this was important. So they added this part in there. And I didn't know about this whole letter thing. But it says, Chicago police spokesman told CNN that the letter received on January 22nd prompted a response from a hazmat unit. Inside was a sheet of white paper with a threat. In cut-out letters, "You will die, black fag," it said. The letters MAGA were written in red ink in the upper left corner of the envelope. I don't mean to, I'm sorry for saying that. I mean, it's not a big deal. It's just in there. It's what it said. So I said it. Sorry. Empire star Jussie Smollett was assaulted in Chicago in a suspected hate crime just 1 week later. So this was it. January 22nd, he gets the letter in the mail. 1 week later, they perpetrate the hoax. And then 2 weeks later, they're in court on charges. And this is all driven by Kamala Harris, who clearly has a connection to this guy. So here's some interesting stuff. I'm going to try to get over these other updates real quick. There's other stuff that's super important. It says Jussie Smollett's mother's maiden name is Harris. Harris. Jussie Smollett's mother is Janet Smollett. Okay. However, her birth name is Janet Harris. I'm trying to work out if there's a family connection between Janet Harris and Kamala Harris. It could be through their parents or even grandparents. Can you guys also have a look? If there's a hidden family link, that's pretty big news, given the suspicion that Kamala is involved in the Jussie Smollett race hoax. So that was the timeline, and there's some more updates I want to try to squeeze in before I run out of time here. So they're talking about, was it perpetrated by people with an agenda? Were the brothers involved in creating the letter? Here's a link to a video where she's questioned about this. And she looks real nervous. Like, she doesn't look real comfortable. Then it brings up how Jussie Smollett's now going to face felony charges. And update 10. Was this an attempted Kamalicide on conservative African-American comedian Terrence K. Williams? He reportedly identified Jussie Smollett as Harris's nephew yesterday. The accident happened earlier today. Coincidence? Terrence Williams, man, what's up? If you see this, I've seen you on Twitter. You do great work, friend. You're amazing. Okay, we need you more than anything, especially right now. So get better. I hope you're feeling okay. Here he is, man. One day, this guy says that Jussie Smollett is Kamala Harris's nephew, and the very next day he's in an auto accident, broken back, spinal injuries. But all right, let's give a good hand. We need this guy back on the ship. You know what I'm saying? Full recovery, man. He just got discharged. So great. I'm telling you, this guy's so funny. I mean, he's a good guy. So give him support at W_Terrence, TERRENCE. I got to cut a second part. There's a whole lot more in this story that I want to get up on YouTube. So I'll leave you here. It turns out that Jussie Smollett's sister, Journey, worked on former President Obama's 2008 presidential campaign. Crazy, right? Until next time, it's Bill Smith. Thanks for watching.